Hello guys and welcome back to a new video. So today we are updating the plans we made 4 days ago. As you can see from my Twitter profile, we printed a good amount of money. Obviously the plan was respected in the micro, and today we are here to update the macro plans of BTC, Ethereum and Solana. So in the last video I was pointing out at two levels, the one being 117k and the other one being 116k. So as you can see, all of the two levels have been respected, making a pump of 1.4% from the first level and a pump of, let me see, and a pump of 2.3% from the second level. As you can see from my Twitter, profile, we printed a good amount of money also on KuCoin and also in my main broker, which is Vantage, in where I trade the Forex mainly. So to never miss a call like this, make sure to drop a follow on Twitter and also subscribe to the channel. In the previous video, the macro plan was to make a retest around one of those two levels to then push into a new ETH. We didn't reach the ETH, but we sold correctly from this height. As you can see from my Twitter profile or the screenshot that I'm leaving here, we sold at the precise top. Okay, so we sold perfectly our trade and we printed good amount of money. Remember that if you want to follow all my trades related to my plans, you have to follow on Twitter because I'm posting there. So you requested me an update on the plans, especially on the macro plans, since the micro plans have been respected. So the macro has changed a lot since the last video, also on Ethereum. But let's start from Bitcoin, that is always the king. So I'm removing the levels that we don't need anymore, which are the ones we used for the previous trade. What you should expect in the next days is something like this. To make a pump, possibly at least into the 116k zone. If the pump won't be as strong as we want, the next target the next short target will be 107k. So I'm doing an update and I'm pointing out two plans, one being the most bullish one and the second one being the most bearish one. So what we want to see in the next days is a bounce. If we can, we want to reach 120 or the ETH. If we want to point out also the bearish plan is always a bounce from these levels to then retrace into the 116k, a retest that can lead us to lower prices after. If we go into lower prices, I expect at least 107k to be reached, if not lower. I don't think we won't go below 98k, and the bearish plan is something I won't be considering. I will consider the red path only if the price won't be able to break the 116k zone. So let's try to point out the zone we want to be reached. So here it is. If the price finds a resistance in the 116k area, then we are most likely going lower. For now, these are my two plans on BTC. I won't be going into the micro plan because we first have to make a bottom and the bottom I think will be around the green area. The one thing that concerned me a little bit is that a lot of people on Twitter, on the social, are pointing out at the previous ETH retest. So this is not very good, not what you want to see in the social network if you have a plan. So what we want to do now is just wait for the weekly open. So we want to wait at least until Monday, and based on the bounce that we are going to make next week, we will understand which one of the two paths are going to. Let's go into Ethereum. If you remember my last video, I said that Ethereum will be bearish only after breaking below this level. This is not happening yet, and I don't think it will happen. In fact, the plan I'm pointing out on Ethereum is something like this. So maybe a little deviation, that's not bad, and then push into new ETH. See, if something like this red path plays out, we are going to see a lot of blood in the altcoins market. I really think this green zone is going to hold and push our prices into new ETH. As you can see, the Ethereum plan is pretty simple. If we want to go into the smaller time frame, talking about the last video, we bounced pretty good from the level I pointed out, making 4.8% in increase of prices. If you want to position yourself, make sure to wait until you see a little bit of strength or a deviation of this level and a retest to then position yourself. So something like this should happen if you want to enter long to target a new ETH. Of course, if you follow me, then you will be able to understand if to close the trade earlier, as we did with the previous plans. If we're talking about Ethereum, this is all I have to say. It's all pretty simple, and the red path, remember, is very unlikely, and it's very dangerous for the altcoin market. I'm updating also on the Solana. And as you can see, I was pointing out at the 173k level, which led us to a bounce of 5% at least. As you can see, after the pump, we dropped a lot below that level, reaching the green zone, which is a major support area. If we talk about liquidity now, a deviation of these lows is very likely. If you want to position yourself, just wait for the deviation below these prices to then target again the red box at least. In my opinion, Solana is in a good point. In fact, I considered the buying spot this asset to target 206k. So what you want to do is to keep buying Solana and have an invalidation of 126k. Again, I don't think the price will fall below this level. I don't think the price will break below this level, doing something like this maybe. So this is very unlikely, as in Ethereum. So the green path is the main plan we have in mind now. Again, also here the plan is pretty simple, and if we are talking about smaller time frame, the targets of the bounce are the 173. So the previous bounce level. Now you want to just wait next week and Monday especially, and then you have to start position yourself. So let's watch also the other plans I was pointing out in the last videos. We talked about SUI and FILECOIN. As you can see, the plan was perfect on SUI, and we dropped like almost 20% from the video, maybe even more. I don't remember where we were. Also on FILECOIN, as you can see, the plan was pretty simple. So I was saying, or we bounce in this area, or we go making another low. And what's happening is we are going into making new lows. That's not something that will happen for sure, since this coin is pretty dead, so they can do whatever they want with the liquidity and the price action. But seeing these falling knives that made the coin drop about 26%, I won't be convinced into buying this asset or making any further plans into it. Just focus maybe on SUI or Solana if you want to start by spot to catch the last pump. Remember guys that we are very close to the bear market in the macro, so just be careful on what you are doing. Don't if we pump very hard, don't be greedy and start selling. So after we reach the support zones and we go into maybe a new ETH, don't be greedy and start selling your positions. This is the most important thing, because most of the people that lose money into the bull run are the ones who never sold. So even if you make a 10%, 20% gain, you should sell, because the bull run will be over. And we are not talking, will be over in a lot of months, in 6 months, but I think in a way shorter period of time. So as you can see, while we are recording this video, the price is dropping again, and it will very likely reach the area I pointed out previously in this video. Let's just wait the price action to form a bottom and then to bounce. So I won't be surprised if we also deviate the green area to then bounce. We know that this coin BTC can just do a pump, a very big pump in a very short time. As you can see here, in just 6 days we pumped more than 12%. So I can't reach the high, or maybe even 15%. So everything can happen in terms of price, so we can just even pump in one day 20%. This doesn't matter. So keep in mind those two plans, keep in mind all the levels that we pointed out, and remember to never be greedy and always wait for confirmation. If we're talking about liquidity levels, the main ones are 120k and 107k. Now we are right in the middle of the two main liquidity levels, so I prefer to point out all the two plans I have in my mind, so the bearish and the bullish one. Remember, the main plan of us is the green. And if we find a big resistance here and we don't flip above this zone, we are going much lower. Going much lower doesn't mean the bull run is over, but means that we are doing a little deeper retrace before going into ETH and make the last pump. So from me is everything. I hope you enjoyed all the video, all the plans I made, maybe not the plans but for sure the video. Make sure to drop a follow on my Twitter profile and also on this channel to stay updated on the plans and to not lose money so I can tell you when to sell. So from this video is everything, guys. We'll see each other in the next one. Let's fucking go.